We are on.
Hello!
Hello, good people.
We're not alone this time. There is someone here.
And we have a
But,
proof. Wait, we have a proof.
Actually, yes, we have a proof.
We have a cat, actually. And there's a first proof.
This is no one can see your proof. Maybe you need to show your nose.
Okay, maybe look at my nose very deeply into my nose. Okay.
Or
I have
here, we
anyway.
are about to die almost.
True. And the reason for this, the reason for this is this little fellow here named Joey.
After Joey Carbstrong somehow, and Joey from Friends.
Somehow we sometimes call him Blow But anyway, so Joey, how are you today? He's gonna say something as well. We prepared. Wait.
How are you?
So as you heard, this is our fellow. This is our son. We have a son.
Yeah, it's almost our son.
So nice. This is our cat Joey that we adopted a few weeks ago, and today we're going to discuss about Joey, about his diet, about why we adopted him, and why did we accept him in our family. Because usually Anya and me, especially lately, we go to farms and save animals from there, and we have animals from the sanctuaries. And why cat, Anya? Why? It was actually your idea, so.
It was actually my idea. One of my friends had in Facebook, in Instagram, a story that there is a cat in Croatia that no one wants because he has some muscle disorder, so he is not walking completely properly. And I saw it, and I was like, you know what? Why not? I mean, we have rabbits at home outside, and why not a cat? We love animals, and if we can help an animal that would otherwise die because no one wants him, since actually in Croatia the shelters are full and no one wants a cat with a disorder. I talked to Matej, and at the beginning he was even a bit like not so sure, but then we decided to go for it, and yeah, we took Joey when we came back from our trip in Slovenia. We went to Croatia and picked him up. And
so before we go on, by the way, now I see that people are gathering, so write a comment, write your opinion, write our questions for us, because later on we're going to go through questions and through your opinions, and we're going to discuss them, because I think it's a very important topic that we don't discuss enough. And I'm the one to say it because I'm vegan for 4 years and even more, and for years I was actually avoiding owning an animal. In a way, I knew that dogs can be like for sure vegan, because dogs can live even longer on vegan diet, but for cats I was always like really on standby, because I thought, this is science and they shouldn't, and whatever. And we're going to discuss this today, and I think it's a very important topic, and let us know your opinions and comments, and we're going to go through them later. And of course, like leave us on Facebook, on YouTube, and so on, so you can actually be with us even for the future events. So how did it happen that you convinced me to get this animal?
I mean, I showed Matej just the video of Joey, and we talked then about having a cat and how nice this would be, and that we can give him vegan food, because for Matej this was a bit like the challenge. As he said, he was not sure about it. Is this good for a cat or not? And we got informed, and we decided we're gonna do it, give an animal a home. Actually, Joey, he lived 3 months in a box, because we told them we will take him, and then we had to wait 2.5 months because we were in Switzerland, he was in Croatia, and he lived in a box. So he didn't have any space. He was frightened from everything, and otherwise they would have euthanized him, like all the animals when they don't get anyone to stay, and these shelters are completely full. So we took the decision to make the life for one animal better. And so Joey came here, and actually at the beginning he was crazy frightened. I mean, it was really insane. Of course, he didn't know us, and for him the world was very small in a box, and in our apartment there were many things, and people he didn't know. So it was really a big stress for him. But now he's actually the king. We feel like this is almost not our apartment anymore, because he's really crazy, and as well his walking has improved. It's really nice. But actually, something that we would like to talk first before going to veganism and feeding cats vegan is why you should adopt an animal or rescue it from a farm, but not shop them. I don't know, you want maybe to talk about it?
First of all, when you are shopping animals, first of all, we all know that these animals are in huge numbers all over the world, like in streets, or they are like taken off the streets to put them in the places where they are for 1 month. And when they have the opportunity to get adopted from someone, if not, they got killed. Just let us know if you can hear us and see us very well, because I pressed something now and I'm not sure. But the thing is that these animals, are all over the place, and they need to be adopted, because we somehow breed them to their existence. And the worst thing you can do actually is to go and buy an animal as a pet, because why would you buy an animal? This breeding thing is actually a very big problem even with the farm animals, with other animals and so on. But having breeded animals just means that you are actually making this problem even bigger. I think I pressed again. I'm not sure. Let us know. So the thing is that when you go and buy an animal, you make this problem bigger. The more animals are outside, the more animals needs a home, and of course, the more animals die with an injection, because they cannot really sustain them, they cannot survive them, and they usually die in 1 month after nobody adopted them. So this is the first topic, and yeah, you can say something.
Yeah,
more.
I mean, as well, I saw in the comments before someone wrote like owning a pet is not vegan at all, and I think this goes a bit into this category, that having an animal for your entertainment, or yeah, that you feel good about yourself, and having the animal like from a catalog. I want the animal with this color, I want the animal with this size, and this is actually why the breeding happened, not to have like the animal exactly how you want it, but this is not what veganism is about, and caring about animals is about. It's about helping. And since these animals are on the streets, these animals don't have anyone, it's the better option than like letting them die in the streets. No, but going to a breeder and make them produce an animal for you, that's really not okay. So yeah, I think that's about this topic, but just really don't shop but adopt. It's so important, because so many animals need our help as well. Your local shelter, normally I'm more pro taking the animal from the shelter where you live, and not abroad, but he had like this special disorder, and so yeah, he didn't have any chance to get someone there. So yeah, but I think let's go into the topic of feeding
Just
your cat
before,
vegan.
before we go that, for example, even when we talk about breeding animals for our own benefits, for example, usually this with adopting cats and dogs that are breeded are profits. This is again, the thing of veganism, because when you are vegan, you're doing the most as you can, not to exploit animals in any way, because why would you? You don't need. And this goes from the beginning, from all vegans, who are, you shouldn't really buy animals, because if you do this, really, you go against yourself. You are actually paying to someone to produce even more of these animals, while the other animals are actually on the streets dying, or dying in these sanctuaries, because they cannot keep them for longer, because there's so many of them that they actually just how do you say this, kill them, but with what way?
Euthanize them.
Euthanize
They
them.
euthanize
Yeah,
them
yeah.
with an injection. So
Good. So okay, Anya, how do we feed our animal?
okay, so
Okay, but sorry, maybe before we go to this topic, I can just share something about myself.
yeah.
Yeah, when I was younger, and I became a vegan, I knew immediately that this is like the right thing to do. I didn't want to go back. I wanted to be active and really want to speak for the animals, and this was always a gray zone for me, and I never knew what to do with these kind of things. And also I knew that for the dogs, even the science says, that this is like okay, dog can be like even healthier. I think the oldest dog, actually, I don't know how years,
26.
26 years old, was the dog who was vegan. So this is even healthier for them, because they're omnivores. They can eat like we do. But for the cats, I was always convinced, because people told me this, that they cannot eat vegan and so on. And let me tell you first, before we go to this topic, if you have, oh my god, if you have an animal at home, a cat at home, and she's outside, then this topic is for you almost irrelevant. But it's very relevant what you're giving him or her to eat. But in any case, let's go back to this topic later. So Anya, start with what Joey eats,
Yeah.
to get.
So we did some research, because I have quite some friends who have pets that they feed vegan, to not kill other animals for them. And so I asked them for advice, and they just told me it's very important to look, because there are brands which are vegan brands who really look that they have all the nutrients inside that your cat needs. We will actually show you what Joey gets, so you can see what is inside, because they are like, if it's just plant-based and they didn't really do the proper research, they don't have these things. So but just to tell you, there is really scientifically proven food that is good for cats. And even someone told me now that she asked her vet about the cat to check on her and to check on the food, and a vet, he was really like, everything is perfectly fine and adapted to a cat. So I will bring the food. So to all of you who are either skeptical or want to know how we do it, we can show it to you and give some facts. We found actually a mix between the dry food and some wet food, because the regular wet food, I don't know, I didn't make such good experiences with cats, and I heard that other, like, people told me they don't really like it. but I know the cats like when the food is a bit moist. That's why we have this Benevo food, which is the dry food. And I will read you, or Matej will read you what's inside. And this is actually like a vegetable pot. For example, if you just feed this is not okay. Okay, this is just some vegetables and dry fruits as a mix to make it more moist.
But Joey loves this. Joey loves this as fuck.
But this is more for the taste and to give him water, because cats need a lot of liquid, because otherwise their kidney can get insufficient and not work properly anymore when they're old. That's why it's very important to have a lot of water in the room, and as well for us to give him something like that makes the food moist. So Matej, what is in the food?
I think you should read this because you're a better reader. But let's see what says. Also, people, for that, the main topic is actually coming up, because we're going to talk and discuss with you. We got a lot of questions beforehand about this topic, and I think it's very controversial because many people, even vegans, think that this is like unjust. We shouldn't do this kind of things. But let's just see, for example, what is in the vegan food, because I don't think that people who gave food to animals, they check what is inside first of all. So anyway, we are checking. We feed him vegan, and
because we care.
Let's check what's inside, Tanya.
Yeah, good. I will read this now to you.
Yeah.
This is not a product placement for Benevo, by the way. They even don't know, but
it could be. It's they didn't pay us, but we want to promote them. Yeah.
So it's written: formulated by professional pet nutritionist, Benevo Cat is a tasty and digestible food prepared without animal ingredients. So no animals died for this. Artificial flavors or colors. The recipe includes fructooligosaccharides, a natural prebiotic which might help to improve digestion and boost the absorption of nutrients in the gut. Contains omega-3 and 6 essential fatty acids, which are important for skin, fur, joints, circulation, immunity, vision, and brain function. A complete diet with a balanced nutrition or blend of selected non-GM, genetically modified, this means, ingredients has been fortified with added vitamins and minerals to help maintain health and vitality in your cat. Even supplemented with a non-animal taurine and an essential nutrient for healthy cats. I'm just quickly challenging you all who say this is vegan diet is not healthy for a cat. Do you know what the cat needs taurine for? And is taurine in the food that you feed your cat? We do, because we informed ourselves. It's good for her metabolism, and cats need this, otherwise they die. And yeah, for us, it's very important that we know what the cat needs in order to make him as healthy as possible. So in Benevo is as well spirulina, a well-known superfood, provides a rich source of nutrition, but it's also known to boost immune defenses. And the last thing contains Yucca scidigera extract, which may help to naturally reduce fecal odor by binding it with ammonia. So as you see, this is really a thought-through product, not just some cauliflower that we give to the cat, but something that really has the essential nutrients for him in order to be healthy.
Good. Now let's talk, because before, at the beginning of my vegan journey, when I was thinking about this topic, I was like, okay, I don't want to have a cat because then you have to give her meat because it's healthy for her and you need to give her meat. And so I was like, okay, I don't want this. And let's talk maybe about this, because I got some questions beforehand. I just checked now, First of all, people want to know what do we give Joey to eat, and this is like this food that we shared. And by the way, if you're in any other country that don't have these products, you have other products. You can go on Google, you can check like cat vegan food. You're gonna find it no matter what. If they don't have it in your local store, in some market place that you actually usually buy, don't worry, because it's not the only place where you can buy things. It's you can buy everything online, and for sure you can find something that's very healthy. Also, you shouldn't buy like very cheap products, from these providers, because cheap products also don't have so much things inside. So many nutrients, vitamins and stuff that animals and that specifically cats wants and needs. So but the thing is that check on Google, make this in bulk. I think we say in bulk, so which means that at first you buy maybe 1 bag or 2 bags and so on, just to see what happens. And also one other advice I would give you, for example, your cat or maybe your mom's cat, she tried a vegan food once, because she's not vegan, the cat of your mom. Yeah, not yet. But the thing is, she tried, I think, once. I mean, I just heard the story, so probably would be better that Anya would tell this. But the thing is, she tried this and she didn't like it because she's, of course, used to something else. Like we're used to eating what we eat, and then you try something new. It's like, usually it's not so good. In any case, animals are even more picky sometimes. But the thing is that if your animal, for example, wouldn't eat bewok or this food that you buy for her and so on, I mean, quite honestly, I'm going to we're gonna talk about reasons why later, but maybe make her a bit hungry and she's gonna eat, because when she's full, not. I mean, really, honestly, it's also with us. And then because, for example, when Joey came here, he was not vegan as well at all. He was eating meat and other stuff there. And when he came here, we just give him this food. And for the first day, he didn't eat. But first of all, he was very stressed and afraid of everything and so on. But when he started, even the second time we give him this food, he was like happy. He was jumping around. He was like meowing like crazy. And he was like, you see him now, energetic as crazy. And he loves the food now. The thing is also Bibi, or she would do this if she would have a chance, but of course she doesn't.
No, she came down actually because she ate from. Oh, sorry, she ate from this product, the wet thing, and like this moist food. They have it as well, and she hated it. And my mom was like, "This is a proof that cats don't eat vegan. She likes the meat, but this not." And she's really a picky cat as well about meat. And the other day she came down because we live in the same building.
Let me just share this a bit around.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, and then she came down here and she started to eat his food because she loved it with like this pumpkin that makes it moist and nice. She ate his food away while he was in the other room. So this just shows, like, if your cat doesn't like the first option, try another one. Like, there are so many brands out there. Cook maybe the sauce for yourself or something. Just try to make it good for your cat, that she likes it, you don't kill other animals, and she's healthy with it. But as Matej said, just very important, like, really look to have at least one thing that you give her from a high quality brand that has the nutrients. So, I mean, we did not really even say yet why you should, or why we feed our cat vegan, and why you should feed your animals as well vegan. We saw one comment that someone said that, or quite some people said, we force our beliefs to the cat, and that veganism is about not harming animals, but when we feed him vegan, we harm him, and yeah, this is just forcing our beliefs. But actually, it's quite the opposite, because this is not about our beliefs. It's not about us, but I mean,
in a way, it is about our beliefs, but we believe it's
but
not.
it's not
okay.
about us.
No, it's.
So-
but we believe it's not okay to kill and torture animals,
Which is
for
true.
other animals or for us, which is true. So
It's
we
a
believe
fact.
this.
So it's like other animals have to die in order for your cat, for your dog to be in your place to survive. So if you give meat to the animal, and so this is quite crazy. I mean, we have one animal in the warm on our lap, and we give him the meat of animals who have been in farms, who have been tortured, who have been killed, who screamed in agony. And actually, one comment that was quite funny, or funny, I mean, actually a bit sad. One person who zoomed to the face of Joey because he has these huge eyes, like really, he has like really huge eyes, and looks actually a bit sad, but he looked since the beginning like that. That's just his face that I actually fell in love with when I saw the announcement on Facebook. Yeah, one person said one picture says more than 1,000 words under it. But you know, people freak out when you see a picture of a vegan cat and say the cat looks sad and I don't know what, we abuse it. But when you see then a picture of a pig who gets the throat cut open, who is screaming, then all of a sudden this one picture says more than 1,000 words doesn't count anymore, and it's just like this, and this is not animal abuse. So it's really like a huge ambivalence that these people live in. One animal we love and we pet, and the other ones, they can die in the farms and in slaughterhouses, and this is okay. But it's not okay, and that's why we decided to feed Joey vegan, because that's the only thing that makes ethically sense if you say that you care about animals and about justice. So yeah, and he actually looks quite happy right now.
Yeah, he's a happy cat. So now I share this around. You can also share this to your friends and to get more discussion even later on. No, if you watch this in the I don't know, tomorrow or in a few days, you can still share this around. You can still comment and we can reply back, and we can maybe even repeat this kind of talk with someone else who knows a bit more about animals like this. But the thing is, we need to discuss about why it's even smart to think about these things, not just to be like, oh, you know what, I don't want to think about this. And for example, earlier one lady who is really have, I don't know, for 13 years she's feeding her cats vegan, for example, and there are like a lot of people, even people who has animals indoors. But let me just discuss this. If you have animals, if you have cats at home and they are outside as well, so you have them outside, inside, and so on, and this is what most people do usually, at least in my country, but probably even here, then you don't have this problem, because you for sure, for sure the cat will get what she needs and she wants, and of course this is natural for her to catch birds, to catch mice, to catch smaller animals and so on, and she's gonna get what she needs there. And the thing is that if you give her then food like this, or some brichetti in a way that is not vegan, then first of all let's talk about what is in this other food.
I have no fucking idea, actually.
But well, we have no fucking idea, but we have some idea, because there is some things that, for example, our cat would never eat. Let me just show Joey for a second. This is
He's a
our
bit.
cat Joey, and a few days ago we saw a cow on the field, and Anya got really frightened. Actually, I was very frightened, because we had Joey with ourselves, because this little animal can kill a cow. I mean, is this true?
That's why cats should eat beef.
Yeah, beef.
Or ow, Joey,
Or
he's
chicken.
crazy. Or chicken, yeah, because a cat would totally go after a huge chicken or a turkey. I mean, turkeys are like huge, and they would kill him probably. So it's really crazy when people say giving cats or dogs vegan food is not natural, when they are literally giving them cows to eat, which is like, I mean, the least natural possible. Like, do you really think he would go on the field and catch a cow? If yes, then please, you can write it to the comments.
Mhm. We even have some guy who says now, for example, that cats are carnivores, and we are sick that we're doing this, for example. No? But think again, for example, cats, if you want to talk about what's good for them, what's nutritious, what's I don't know, natural to them, for sure it's not natural for a cat to eat a cow. Where did you see this? Is like, I don't know, a bunch of cats going on a cow and eat her, or like even a chicken, even turkey and so on. So the thing is, this what we feed our animals. We don't even think about these things, because we just think, oh, this is okay. They need meat and that's it. But this is one topic. Another topic is that let's talk about vegans, because vegan will understand. Vegan people can understand it. If you're not vegan, then you will not understand, but you can try. If you're vegan and you have a cat at home, you want to take care of her, right? You want her to be healthy, good, and so on. And that's why people say, you know what, you cannot have this cat if you feed her vegan, because this is animal abuse and so on. Even vegan says this. And I must say that I'm very surprised in a way, because even, I mean, I'm going to say this, even if it's completely true that cats cannot live without meat, which of course is not completely true, because Anya knows a lot of people who has cats only inside, and they live for, I don't know, 3-4 years already.
Yeah, more.
And they're 5 years and so on, and they're healthy and so on, only on vegan food inside. So for sure they don't get anything else, and if you know this, that this actually is not true. But anyway, let's say that this is true, that you really should give meat to cats. Let's think about how many animals this cat would eat. Let's think about Joey. He's a nice little dude. He's very cool. He's a king in this apartment already. But if we would give him not vegan food every day, which is like, looks like this, actually looks like this, like completely innocent. It's like it's inside is like a chicken or like a tuna or maybe beef and so on. How many animals do you think this cat will eat in lifetime? And of course, now we're talking about what you actually support with this, and you support actually beef, which actually we know this is a cow or a bull, chicken, turkey, or even some other animals like salmon. I don't know what else they put inside. They are killed because of this. And of course, you can say, oh, not just because of this, but of course, this is a big part of it. And if you support this kind of things, it's like if you go to the restaurant and order a chicken. It's like if you go to the restaurant and order, I don't know, beef. I mean, really, if you think about it, how many animals you actually kill for your own cat, because you make this relationship with her, and you think like Joey is more important than, because I want him to be healthy, and this is then speciesism, yeah. And the problem is that I know that for someone to hear this right now, it's not very nice, not very cool, because it's like punch in the face. You're already vegan, you do good for animals, you do as much as you can. Of course, we cannot do 100%, never, but 100% means that we do whatever we can not to support animal cruelty. And if you feed your pets not vegan food, then I believe you need to rethink things. Of course, you know the science, but then again, even if the science says, okay, you should do this in this way, look, we have dry food here for the cats. We have watery food for her as well, for the kidneys and for the flavor and everything. And we have taurine as well. You mentioned taurine before, right? Because cats
more. If he needs to have a supplement with more.
Exactly. And we're going to even get into this even more now. We're going to find out what else we can do and so on. And of course, we're going to take care of him. But then again, we won't feed him flesh because if you do this, then you support this cruel industry, if you're vegan or not vegan. And this is the sad part of this. And I must tell you that you need to rethink things, because even if he's going to live, for example, not like 20 years, maybe not 15 years, maybe 10 years, just because of that reason. What do you think? What is this okay? Or
I mean, the thing is, you cannot really know. There are cats who get meat and they die with 5 years. There are cats who get meat and they die after 18 years. You have vegan cats who die after 15 years and some after 5. But fact is, if you feed him meat, you pay for murder. This is a complete fact. And if I can avoid this, then that's what I would really do, or what I'm doing. And I think we really need to differentiate. If you live in a country and there is no vegan food, for the cat, and you can give him cauliflower, you can give him leek, but he won't have the nutrients, he won't have these things. So this is another question. But now we're here in countries where we have this food that has everything the cat needs, that is proved by good nutritionists, that even vets approve. Why would we give him flesh of murdered animals if you have these options? This is insane. And mainly, as Matej said, that so many vegans don't challenge their ethics and their speciesism, species inside of them. We're all speciesists sometimes, to a certain degree. But here it's very, very obvious that you pay for the murder of other animals for your cat because you build a relationship with the cat. So your cat is more important than the, let's say, I don't know, 100 pigs and cows who had to die during the life of this animal. And that's not fair.
And again, let me just remind you that I have a good news. If you have a cat who is also outside, she can go outside, or he can go outside whenever he wants or she wants, then you don't have this problem. You shouldn't have this problem at all. Why? Because this animal will hunt mice or rabbits, even, or I don't know, flies, whatever, it moves, and kill them or eat them and so on. And this is what they do, and you don't have this problem. And for example, for me, this is not a problem. If you let them out, this is how they deal with these things, and that's okay. But the thing is, think about these things. For example, now just this, Anya, because I know you want to talk about this topic a bit more, because we are not
at all.
no, okay.
No,
But just one guy said here, for example, I'm vegan and cats are still carnivores, sick as it gets. So cats are carnivores. Okay. Now what? Does this mean now that we should kill so many other animals just to, I don't know, do you have a better answer for this?
No, I think that's what we talk now all the time about. Like, there is food with nutrients that can substitute what the cat needs. The cat can live healthy and you don't kill other animals. It's like completely clear that that's the answer that is more ethical for everyone involved. Just like very quickly, to what Matej said before, that like when your cat goes outside, you don't have this problem. As well, for inside cats is not the problem. That's why we have like this whole talk, because there is this food that is good for the cat, so that they don't need mice or birds to be healthy. And of course, when a cat goes outside, that's what she does naturally. She doesn't jump on a cow, but she jumps on a bird or a mouse. Which, yeah, we have different opinions. Just maybe very short. For me, in general, I don't have a problem with that, because that's totally circle of life. The tiger eats the zebra, the cat eats the bird, so that's in general not a problem. But of course, due to what we talked at the beginning, it's a very complex topic. This whole overbreeding situation, that everyone wants exactly the cat that they had in head, and it's not really about the personality, but I want the cat that looks like a tiger with blue eyes. So we got it stuck with so many animals that were abandoned. They don't get castrated in the poor countries. And so here in Switzerland, really, many people have like 3-4 cats, and they let them go outside. And so we have many mice and birds who are killed, which I think is a big problem, which is not really so much cycle of life anymore, but a mess that we humans created. That's why I'm actually happy that we keep Joe inside. It's because of his muscle problem. Otherwise, we would have to talk again. But at the moment, he is not stable enough to go outside. So, but for me, this is convenient, because I'm really against that so many cats are around and they kill so many birds and mice because of the mess that we created. Actually, a cat normally is not a domestic animal, neither is a dog, but we bred them like this. So
yeah, I think this is actually on us, because we created this problem now and we need to solve it somehow. But the thing is that, like someone says, today, that we as vegans, we try to do the least harm as possible. And the least harm, for example, is for sure feeding your animals, your pets, vegan. I mean, I really don't know how else to address this, because people get really angry when you say these kind of things, and people get angry because cats are carnivores, and yes, cats are carnivores. They need meat and so on. And again, I'm gonna say, if they can get like everything, I mean, most of the things with vegan food, it's great. And if they cannot, it's still it's a judgment call. Let me tell you that. For example, let's say that Joey now he's very healthy, he's very cool, he's very energetic, and he's enjoying his life. But let's say that in some time he would get ill or something would happen. What would we do? For sure we would do like we do as humans. We as vegans, for example, we also I don't know. I don't pay for animal slaughter or I don't find the word today. Animal what
I mean, animal products.
Let's say animal products. I don't pay for this, or like even testing on animals. I don't want to even take drugs because they're tested on animals, and also I don't want to take them because it's not healthy for me. Because for sure, better drugs are actually natural, which we don't use anymore because you cannot patent them. So that's why we are using the drugs that we are used to. And of course, if I got ill, if something happens to me, if I will be in the hospital, I'll be happy to take these things because I want to survive. I want to be healthy, and so on. And if I want to survive, then I will even eat animals. I will even eat people. Okay, this is a bit odd now, but for example, take a look of this movie Alive. You watched the movie Alive, right?
No, but I know what it's about.
Let's watch it once, actually.
Yeah, we can.
Let's watch it together. So the thing is that in this movie, they are like in the plane and they crash in the mountain and they survive. Like, I don't know, let's say half people survived and half people died. And the people who died, they were like very cold temperatures, there a lot of snow. And the people who died, they were the only bio things that you could eat, and they were just like cutting these people off and eating their flesh to survive, and they survived. Actually, true story. You can check this on, and it's really, I mean, incredible. But the thing is, my point here is that we would all do certain things to survive. We don't need this, and that's why we are vegan, because we don't need animals to survive. And it's the same with animals. I don't want to, for example, for me, I don't want to take pills or medicine if not necessary, because if necessary, of course, I'm going to take it. But if not necessary, I won't. And it's the same for the animal. If it's necessary for Joey to get tested, for example, something, he's missing something, he has a medical problem because he needs more this or that and so on, we can just get there, get him tested, and then somehow find the ways how to help him in this way. But again, I mean, usually it's not the solution to kill. Yeah, this is frozen for like some time now already, so we cannot really do much. But let's see.
Go on.
Let's see.
Is the video still frozen, guys? Maybe write it in the comments, because we see us still moving somehow, but is the internet too bad?
I don't know why should it be, but it looks like it, but it never was like this.
Maybe can someone write in the comment if our video is frozen? That would be very nice. Yeah. Otherwise, you can bring your phone and give a hotspot.
Exactly. Let me just see if I can actually share with you some.
And yeah, but they want to share something on the screen so we can maybe fix the problems by then. And later we will go to the comments, so stick around. So we can do this afterwards.
You can go now, yeah. Oh, it's okay. So now if you're here with us and you see this, what I'm showing you right now, you can write your comment or your opinion, because it's valuable, because we are also learning. We're just talking about the ethics of what we're doing. And of course, you might be right. You might. I say might because we also just think or believe some things that cats cannot be on vegan diet. But then again,
they can. We know people who have them for 30 years.
Exactly. And this is, I think, also frozen now.
Okay.
So I guess we're going to have to repeat this. Okay. So people, if you're here with me, it's frozen, people say, but do you hear us or you just don't see us?
We try to switch the internet, guys.
Sound and captions are working. Okay, so we have a podcast, I guess, today. I don't know what happened, because never before this happened. Sorry, this. Okay, we're gonna change the internet right now, and you can find which one is yours. Galaxy.
This one, yep.
Is nutrition, health, is this healthy for animals or not? And here I must admit, we don't know everything. We are not the expert on this topic. We are new with cats and everything, and it's possible or likely that they would need meat. But then again, as we see and saw that Anya's friends, my friends, and so on, that they know for years they have cats and they're on vegan for 13 years. Even one lady said today when we said we're gonna talk about this topic. And the thing is, again, if you have animals also outside, don't worry, you don't have this problem. For sure, you can give them vegan food. For sure, they can have vegan food because they get non-vegan food outside. But if, and again, repeat, if they are only inside, then you can do what we do and do the least harm as possible. Which means that, for example, for this, maybe Joey will not be so healthy in a while, but then we're gonna find a solution. If this is the case.
But that's like with cats who eat meat, you know, they might develop
Exactly.
something, you go to the doctor, you take the blood, and then you can see what's missing. But the picture is really not moving. So what are we doing?
I think we're gonna have to repeat this talk at some point. But for now, this was like, let's say, a teaser for next time. Maybe you can write, right now, a lot of comments, a lot of opinions. We're gonna really go through them. Maybe even gonna come back next time with some expert on this topic, or maybe not. Maybe we're gonna be just really well prepared. But we're gonna for sure answer on these questions for you, because I think this topic needs to be addressed. And that we need to talk about this a bit more. This is just not just something that like, okay, I'm vegan, but cats need meat, so I'm gonna buy meat to give to them. To, I don't know. It's not that simple. Like Anya said now, animals who are not vegan also have diseases, and not just diseases. Let me tell you something else. These animals has also like obesity. We
Yeah,
never
very
saw
often.
in nature animal who is like fat and lazy. I mean, of course, lazy, but they are fat, or I don't know, they have diseases and so on because they eat what they should, they do what they should, and so on. But for these animals at home, we give them so much and all the time, and different things and whatever, and this is something that no one discusses. So let's talk about what we can do to reduce suffering of animals, what we can do to stop the violence that is completely unnecessary, and let's talk if this applies also for the cats.
Yeah, and as Matej said, write as many comments as possible, your opinions, your thoughts, so we can read them through. Next time we can go through your comments from this talk, answer them, give our thoughts, and yeah, tell you what we think about it. And actually, some vet he asked me if he should calculate So this was it from our part because this doesn't work. But thank you so much for watching, commenting, liking, sharing, feeding your cat vegan to reduce and your dogs to reduce animal suffering. And as we said, leave your comments because we will get back to them soon, and we will let you know with a post when this is going to happen.
That's it.
We're like Glivars, Matej, and very soon Anya Glivar because we will getting married in 10 weeks. Oh my God. Woo!
Yeah,
So-
baby. So let's repeat this topic. Let's repeat this talk in even bigger number than now, and of course with less technical problems. For now,
See ya. Ciao, ciao.
choose.